This came out of a 1968 Chrysler 300, 727 automatic transmission, 440. So, like my wife says, it looks like a piece of junk right now. But when I'm done with it, it'll look real good. I can't wait to get it. We weren't able to record the whole process of the transmission teardown and rebuild, but I did get small clips from Jeremy. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. But I also included kind of where I got the parts, what all parts I got, just so you can be aware if you want to rebuild your own transmission. But if you have any questions, let me know and I'll make sure to answer them.
Hey, this is Jeremy Stallings. I'm rebuilding a transmission for Will Purtle. Got a Torque Flight 8. Started a little bit late on the video, but let's see what we got. Out body, it got pulled out. I'm gonna take it in and pull it apart tomorrow for cleaning. Some of the spare parts are laid in there. The pump, which actually doesn't have any wear on it. Kind of rare. Whenever I pulled the transmission apart, it had a lot of water in it, so the friction on the clamps here don't look too bad. They've definitely seen some time, but the 4-band, it's got some rust in it. Your drum assembly and planetaries all look pretty good. We're going to end up milling that a little bit to try to get a better finish. But yeah, all the hard parts look fine. No big deal on any of them. The shafts are going to have to get cleaned up a little bit, and definitely on the forward drum. I've got the case separated over here. I'm getting ready to power wash it now. Here's your pump plate. Pull the seal out of it. It's going to need a new bearing in it. That bearing's beat down to the copper. The oil pan, you can see it's got almost like mud in it from the water and oil mixing. Your tail shaft. I pulled everything out of it. Got it sitting there, ready to go. Here's your main housing. I'm gonna end up coming back and replacing that. And we got a spring in there that's bound and broken. I don't know if you can see it in there. Nothing really was bad on it. The housing doesn't have any cracks in it or anything. So, yep, we're gonna get it washed up real quick and then try to get started on the rebuild.
So unfortunately, once Jeremy was finishing up the transmission, he found that there was a crack on the oil pump housing. So I ended up having to purchase another one. As you can see, the crack is there. It is pretty big, so it's definitely not going to reuse that at all. So I ended up going on eBay and I started searching. So I found this one on eBay for about $100. They had already gone through, cleaned it up, painted it, and it's similar to the one that came off of it and the one that I was needing. So after doing a little bit of research, looking at the pictures, I decided to go ahead and buy this one here. So I did receive it about a week and a half later and got it installed. If you have any questions about this housing itself, just let me know. But that's something good to keep an eye out for. Make sure that you pay attention to this housing and anything else on the transmission and make sure there's no cracks at all. So this is where I got all my parts. OregonPerformanceTransmission.com. You go to rebuild kits and then go to Dodge. Select 727 automatic. Then I pick the high performance master overhaul set. There is 2 options. This is the one that I went with right here. So here, what's pretty cool about this is that you can actually customize it a bit and select exactly what you're wanting. So you select your year, and if you want shift correction kit, I went with the Transgo TF1, and then I got a bushing set. I got the low and reverse servo and the intermediate servo. I got that one, and not get an accumulator. On this one, I did get a Transgo. I did get a rebuild manual. Did help Jeremy a lot, he said. So you see the total there, $519. That's how much I paid. So pretty much all the parts I use. So if you have any questions, let me know. Hopefully this helped. This is what we use to rebuild my transmission. So got a box of goodies here from OregonPerformanceTransmission.com. Check it out. You got a overhaul kit, all seals and gaskets. Kevlar heavy duty band. You got your filter. You got your different discs and clutches. Manual valve tent repair. Went ahead and got the manual to help with the rebuild. A reprogramming kit. You got different bushings. a Super Servo. This is a copy of the actual invoice here. Pretty much everything I just went over. Let me know if you have questions. There it is. Been carrying a transmission in my back seat for a while. I doubt too many people do that. The good thing about having a beater car, you can use it for whatever you want. No worries on getting it dirty. There it goes. Ready to slap on. Ready to go. That's what the new housing I bought off of eBay. Looks way better. What I do now is set the band tensions once I mount it up. Make sure it turns fine, so should be good to go. Alrighty, so wanted to fill y'all in on a couple things as far as the plans on my car goes. So the more and more I learn about Mopars and my car in general, I feel like I'm light years ahead from when I first started and bought the car as far as what the options are. As if y'all watched my prior video, I already got the 8 3/4 rear end that I was needing for the car. I will order the brake rebuild kit soon, but it kind of got me thinking. Now that the transmission is complete, I have the rear end, which won't take much to get together. All I needed was the engine. And if y'all watch my prior videos, y'all know that I had originally planned on going with a stroker kit off a 440 source, and I went ahead and bought the pistons and the camshaft. I was gonna buy the whole stroker kit, and I started looking at how much the engine build would cost, and it actually is gonna, it was gonna be about $7,000 as far as everything that I was wanting to do. And honestly, at this point, that's just out of my budget. So I started thinking what options I could do to get this drivetrain, powertrain swapped, get the 440, the transmission, rear end, everything in there, and get the car running as soon as possible, quickly, because the 318 that's in it now, it does drive. I am able to drive it, but I just do it around the neighborhood. At this point, the 318 needs to be rebuilt and it's tired. So I started looking at options, and I decided to look for a motorhome 440, one that was ready to go, and one that was running, a low mile 440 engine. I was able to find one that I'm finalizing a trade for, so I'm gonna trade the block, uh, the block, the parts that I have, the camshaft, the pistons, to a friend in Ohio. That video will come soon, but I'm gonna trade for a motorhome 440 that he already has, that he tore down. It was a low mile engine. It looks like in very good condition, and he's helping me get pulleys, carburetor, everything that I need to get this engine running as quick as possible. So the main goal is to get the car running, driving. Eventually, I'll install aftermarket parts like Edelbrock heads and intake and all that, so forth, headers. But at this point, I want to get the car running, driving. I want to enjoy. That's the reason I bought it, and the reason I bought it running. So I'm gonna go with that. If I would have known from the very beginning, I started reading a lot of differences with motorhome 440s, and like the one that I got off of that Chrysler 300, and it's just a couple different things, heads, and from what I read from the beginning, it swayed me to get one that already had the higher horsepower heads. But I ended up deciding going with a stroker kit, and I just kept changing my mind just the more and more I learned. So there will be a video that's going to help y'all understand the differences and probably what's the best route to take depending on your budget. I'll have that soon, and just kind of letting y'all know what the differences are, and what if you're going for a budget build or a stroker, just depends what you're wanting. But the more and more I learn, I kind of decided to go with a motorhome 440. And once I get that in, I'll explain it all as far as the differences and why I want it. So, but if anybody has any questions or anything about anything, their build, like I said, I have learned a lot. Not to say that I'm a Mopar expert, but I wish that maybe there could have been videos out there for me that could have helped me take the right direction as far as what I was wanting to do with this car. So, but if you have any questions, put the comments below. As always, I appreciate every single one of you for watching my videos and subscribing, and God bless you.